As much as the vast majority of us would love to deny it, there's no doubt that we love watching our fellow human beings getting hurt. And as fans of mixed martial arts will know, there's nothing more adrenaline-inducing than watching your favorite fighter jab away at his opponent's defenses only to end things with a rocket punch of note. But every once in a while, these knockout blows appear to come out of nowhere, ending things before they can ever get started. So whether you're a fan of the sport or just want to see some examples of experienced fighters being knocked to the ground, you've come to the right place, as we're about to relive some of the fastest knockouts in all of MMA history. And try not to blink, ladies and gentlemen, because some of these moments are simply supersonic. Number 10. BJ Penn in UFC 34. For those of you who don't know, BJ Penn is an American professional mixed martial artist and practitioner of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Born on the 13th of December 1978 in Hawaii, Penn got tired of peaceful island living and headed on through to mainland USA, where he was introduced to mixed martial arts for the first time. In his third professional fight ever, Penn took the status of underdog, facing off against the experienced Cal Uno, who just so happened to be the former Shooto champion at the time. From the start of the match, it's clear that Uno wanted things over quickly to cement himself as a fighter that shouldn't have been messed with. After attempting an audacious flying knee, just after the referee gave the go-ahead, Uno did, however, find himself unsettled. Using this to his advantage, Penn decided to step in with an uppercut before Uno could compose himself once more. As Uno fell to the ground, Penn pounced on the surprise fighter and unleashed a flurry of blows, only to have the referee step in to ensure Uno's safety. In just 11 seconds, Penn had knocked Uno out, showing that it's almost never a good idea to rush into things. Number 9. Mark WEIR in UFC 38. Before retiring a couple of years ago, Mark Anthony WEIR was a retired English professional mixed martial artist who survived a long career within the sport. Born in Gloucester, United Kingdom back in 1967, WEIR took to learning the martial art of Taekwondo to teach himself both control and power. With his mastery of this art, WEIR debuted in the UFC with absolutely zero pre-fight jitters, getting the best of opponent Eugene Jackson within only a few seconds. In this, the epitome of his career, WEIR launched himself at Jackson, throwing a hook kick to get his guard down. This was then followed up with a perfectly timed jab that not only penetrated Jackson's defenses, but caused him to go crashing down onto the floor of the octagon. In true MMA fashion, WEIR followed this follow-up with a number of blows to the face and body, causing Jackson's lights to go out with a bang. According to the official timekeepers of the match, it took WEIR only 10 seconds to knock Jackson out. Not bad for someone's debut, right? Number 8. Gray Maynard in UFC Night Fight 11. Another American mixed martial artist of quite some esteem, Bradley Gray Maynard is probably best known for his rivalry with fellow competitor Frankie Edgar, and competed in the featherweight division of the UFC for most of his career. Born in Phoenix, Arizona on the 9th of May 1979, the NCAA Division I wrestler made a huge name for himself when facing off against Joe Verez, who he knocked out in just 9 seconds after the fight had begun. During the UFC fight, Maynard looked like a man possessed, which had Verez on the run from the very start. Getting closer to the ground and using his leg strength to propel himself forward, Verez was clearly caught off guard, dropping his defenses for a split second, which is all that Maynard needed to take the win. Propelling a left hook right through this opening and connecting it to the jaw of Verez, his opponent fell to the ground, causing Maynard to launch himself into a flurry of blows until the referee stopped things and announced the win. Number 7. MAKWAN AMIRKHANI in UFC on Fox 14. MAKWAN AMIRKHANI is a Finnish professional and mixed martial artist who was actually born in Kermanshah, Iran on the 8th of November 1988, spending the majority of his career competing in the featherweight division of the UFC. MAKWAN is best known for his quick and easy knockout of fellow competitor Andy Ogle, causing him to inherit the nickname of Mr. Finland. There's something inherently impressive about a fighter shocking the world with his talent on debut, which is precisely what MAKWAN did in this famous bout. What makes the knockout even better than being a mere professional debut is the fact that before the fight, MAKWAN was known to be a submission specialist, shying away from knockouts in preference of using strategy to tie competitors up and causing them to concede. But in just 8 seconds, MAKWAN had Ogle on the ropes and with a flying knee dropped him to the floor, where he remained for the rest of the match. Number 6. Don Frye in UFC 8. Don Frye is yet another American that has made his name in both MMA and wrestling divisions across the nation. Born in Sierra Vista, Arizona back in 1965, there's no doubt that Don had a lucrative and successful career, causing him to become known as a professional mixed martial artist, professional wrestler, and even actor. But there was no acting involved in what is the oldest fight on our list, involving the man himself facing off against Thomas Ramirez in the early years of UFC. The mustache enthusiast fought well against the much bigger Ramirez after the beginning of the match with a jab to his face, but he recovered well by connecting 2 right hooks in a quick succession, and once Ramirez had fallen to the ground, used another couple of blows to leave him motionless on the floor. Like MAKWAN, the knockout had only taken 8 seconds, and was considered to be the quickest knockout in UFC history at the time. Clearly having a great day, Frye went on to take the title of UFC 8 champion shortly thereafter. Number 5. James Irvin in UFC Fight Night 13. There must have been something in the water in the land of the free, as the next fighter on our list is also an American professional mixed martial artist who goes by the name of James Irvin. Born in Huntington Beach, California on the 12th of September 1978, Irvin is a towering man of just under 1.9 meters and has used his impressive reach to take a few fellow fighters to the ground. It was in UFC Fight Night 13 where he faced off against Houston Alexander. However, that people in the industry really started to take the star serious from the moment the two fighters touched gloves. Alexander was dodging left and right like it was nobody's business in an attempt to break Irving's concentration. Well, this didn't work at all, with Alexander slipping up and allowing Irving to land a powerful Superman punch and connecting it to the head of his poor competitor. And just like that, after only 8 seconds of fighting, Houston found himself on the ground and unable to continue. Number 4. The Korean Zombie in UFC 140. Chung Jang-sung, more affectionately known as the Korean Zombie, is a South Korean professional mixed martial artist and kickboxer who currently competes in the featherweight division of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Born in Pohang-si, South Korea on 17th of March 1987, it didn't take long for the star to make his way to the USA, where he competed from 2007 onwards, using a mixture of MMA, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Taekwondo, kickboxing, and Hapkido to get the best of his opponents. There is no doubt that Jung is one of the most skilled fighters on our list, but it was his bout against Mark Hominick in UFC 140 which puts him at number 4, the true underdog of the competition. After the Canadian-born Hominick won the crowd over after going the distance with Jose Aldo earlier that night, Jung composed himself and got ready to make a name for himself, and after nailing Hominick with a straight right counter just 7 seconds after the match had begun, there was no stopping the favorite from falling to the ground in front of his home crowd. Number 3. Ryan Jimmo in UFC 149. Canadian fans didn't have to wait long to get their revenge, though, in the form of Ryan Jimmo, the Canadian professional mixed martial artist that comes in at number 3 on our list. Born in St. John, Canada on the 27th of November 1981, this monstrous man spent most of his life in the Great American North and even ended up competing in the 8th season of The Ultimate Fighter. But it was his fight against Australian Anthony Perosh that cemented his name within the annals of MMA history by flooring this competitor of his in just 7 seconds flat. Fans screamed in excitement as Jimmo connected Perosh with a thunderous right hook. Without Perosh being able to make even a single move in the match, it is by far one of the quickest and cleanest knockouts in all of MMA history. Who knows what else we would have seen from the star if he hadn't passed away at such a young age. Number 2. Todd Duffy in UFC 102. The penultimate fighter on our list is Todd Duffy, an American mixed martial artist who, because of his incredible strength, has competed in the heavyweight division of the UFC for the vast majority of his career. Born in Evansville, Indiana on the 6th of December 1985, it wasn't until UFC 102 that the young man was able to make a name for himself by getting the best of fellow fighter Tim Hague. All it took from Duffy was a powerful and well-placed jab against the cheek of Hague, causing his opponent's legs to crumble and fall to the floor. And with that, Duffy pounced on Hague and hammered at him until he was off to dreamland, causing the ref to call the win in his favor in just 7 seconds overall. Number 1. Dwang Bang Ludwig in UFC Fight Night 3. And you won't be surprised to hear that coming in at number 1 on our list, Dwang Bang Ludwig, an American professional mixed martial artist, coach, and retired professional kickboxer, born in Denver, Colorado on the 4th of September 1978. Dwayne didn't always hold the record for fastest MMA knockout of 6 seconds flat. In fact, this knockout of his was originally recorded as 11 seconds due to a timekeeping issue that was changed by UFC president Dana White 5 years later. Facing off against Jonathan Gillette in UFC Fight Night 3, it only took a few seconds to level his opponent with just one punch. In rookie fashion, Gillette threw a terrible jab, leaving him defenseless. Capitalizing on the situation at hand, a quick right hook by Ludwig had him knocked out on the ground. Do you think we'll be seeing any faster knockouts in the years to come? Let us know in the comments section down below.